So this last section is on special triangles. So there's two types of special triangles. One is a 45, 45, 90, and that means the angles. So if we have a 90-degree angle here and a 45-degree angle here, if we subtract all those from 180, this other angle is 45 degrees as well. And what happens when we have two 45-degree angles? We have two sides that are the same length as well. These legs that make up the right angle. So let's see what we're trying to find. If LK is 23, so this side's 23. Because of the 45-degree angle, this side is also 23. And then the hypotenuse, the one across from the right angle, is whatever this side length is, times the square root of 2. So that one. Okay, and that's just, I would always have those open on your notes so you know what the triangles look like. Jonathan and Jade are solving the following problem. Find x, y, z in this 45, 45, 90 triangle if h is 2. Okay. Jonathan is correct, Jade is correct. So let's see. We have an altitude here, so here's a right angle, here's a right angle, and then this angle's cut in half. So this is 45 and this is 45. And because the other angle's a right angle, this is also 45. And this is also 45. So, let's see, here's our hypotenuse. And here's our legs. So these sides are also 2. And then x and z would be across from the right angle, so that would be 2 square roots of 2. But y is this big side. So I'm going to draw the big triangle without the line through the middle. So this would be 2 square roots of 2, and this would be 2 square roots of 2, right? We have a 45, 45, 90 triangle, so those are the same. And the hypotenuse would be 2 times 2, it would be 2 square roots of 2 times the square root of 2. So when we multiply that out, if you're not sure about square roots, you can use your calculator. But what happens when you multiply square root by square root, you just get the number underneath. So this is actually 2 times 4, square root of 4, or 2 times 2, which is 4. So y, this whole side would be 4. Or look, we could have just added 2 plus 2, right? So let's see, x is 4, nope, x is 2 square roots of 2, y is 4, z is not 2. So both are incorrect on this one. Calculate the length of E to F in an isosceles triangle if A is 54. So now we're going the other way. These sides are the same. That means these angles are the same. So if they're the same, then they have to be 45 because this is a 90-degree angle. So if this side's 54, we want to find this side. Okay, so let's think about our triangle here. Here's our right triangle. These sides are the same. Let's call them x. And then we would take x times the square root of 2. And whatever that is, that's how we'd get the 54. So what I did is I made an equation. Now I can solve for x. So to get x by itself, I would divide both sides by the square root of 2. So x equals 54 divided by square root of 2, 38.18. Right here. Calculate the perimeter if C is 40. So perimeter is we're adding all the way around. So we want to add 40 plus whatever x is plus whatever y is. And we have to find those. So this one is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So here's our 90, here's our 30. That means that the other side has to be 60. Not the other side, the other angle. So we have this rule with 30, 60, 90s, just like we had with 45, 45, 90. So the side that goes out to 60 degrees is always shorter than the side that goes out to 30 because of the angles. So we call this the short side is some value, and then the hypotenuse is double that value. So whatever this is, we're going to times it by 2. And then the long leg is that value times the square root of 3. So this is what we would call our general triangle because it has just x's and values. So I'm going to put these values here. So 2x is 40. See, I made an equation. We need an equation if we're going to solve. And then I can find the other sides. So if 2x equals 40, we can solve for x by dividing by 2. So x equals 20. And that's the short side, right? Short side, and then times by 2 to get the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, not hypotenuse. And then we take that same value times the square root of 3 to get the long leg. Okay, so now I have 3 sides. I can find the perimeter. We're going to add them all up. 40 plus 20 plus 20 square roots of 3. 40 plus 20 is 60, and then we can't add a number with a square root. These are not like terms. And so this would be our answer. That's as far as we can get. Oh, we have another one. This time it's Jonathan and Karen with a 45, 45, 90. So same, these are 45s because we're cutting that in half. So that would make this 45, that 90, and this 45. So we know that this is 9, and this is a leg with this, and this. So this is 9, this is 9, and then the hypotenuse would be 9 square roots of 2. And I'm not going to do the long one again. If I add these together, y is 18. So let's see who's correct. Karen is correct when she says x equals 9 square roots of 2. Y is 18. And Z is not 9. Karen is not correct. And then here x is 18. Nope. They're both incorrect again. Bummer. Okay, I'm going to do one more. It's a 45, 45, 90 because these are the same. And so these must be the same. These are 45. If A is 50, we need to find the side legs. So again, I'm going to make an equation, right? Our general triangle shows that if these are x, this, the hypotenuse, is that x times the square root of 2. So now I can solve for x. I'm going to divide both sides by square root of 2. So 50 divided by square root of 2 is 35.36. Oh wait, I thought that was... I have way more. Sorry, I thought that we were done, but we're not. This is good. Let's do another 30, 60, 90. So calculate the area. So area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. Okay, so if I have a triangle, the base is what we're sitting on. It's the flat part at the bottom. And the height is what goes all the way up. So we know A is 32. So we know B is 32. Now we need to find the height. And we're going to use the fact that this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, so I'm going to write the general triangle so you can see where everything's coming from. Okay, so remember, short side out to the 60-degree angle, we're going to call X. And then the hypotenuse we double, that'd be 2X. And then the long side out to the 30-degree angle is that X value times the square root of 3. So if this is 32, the hypotenuse would be 2 times 32, which is 64. And then this long leg out to 30 degrees would be 32 square roots of 3. And that's what we need. That's the height. So our area is going to be 1/2 times 32 times 32 square roots of 3. So I'm not going to put that in my calculator like that because we want the square root of 3 in our answer. So I'm going to multiply everything else. So 1/2 times 32 times 32 is 512, and then the square root of 3 just comes along with it. So that's this one right here. So let's do another one. Calculate N to O. That's if C is 28 and theta is 60. Alright, so 30, 60, 90. I'm going to draw the general triangle again so we can get an equation. That's what we need here. We need an equation. So the short side is X, the hypotenuse is double, and the long side is X square roots of 3. So which side do we have? We have the hypotenuse, so I'm going to set that equal to 2x and solve for x. So x is 14, that's this side, and then we take that value times the square root of 3 to get NO. Okay, so 14 square roots of 3. We're done on that one. We just needed the side length. This is the last one. Sorry. Alright, so L to K is 20. Find JK. So 45, 45, 90. Here's our general triangle. So these sides, the legs are the same length, and then you take that leg times the square root of 2 to get the hypotenuse. So if this is 20, this is 20, and the hypotenuse would be 20 times the square root of 2.